Hello everyone! Welcome back to my videos that explain about our material today. And today we are going to learn about the mechanics. This comprises the lesson for sentence-based writing class on meeting 10th. And today we are going to talk about the use of articles, capitalization, and punctuations. It is not very difficult, but well, it will take quite a while, so get to your most favorite corner and grab your module and get yourself a coffee. Try to make yourself comfortable. Okay, now let's go for the first topic of discussion, that is how to use articles. Articles is important because they help your writing to have a natural flow to it. There are three types of articles: an, and the. And an are used for non-specific singular countable nouns. So make sure that when you want to use or an, when you use or an, make sure that the noun is not specific. It's singular and it's countable nouns. Non-specific means that both the reader or the listener and you both you, the reader, or maybe the listener do not refer to one specific things, one particular things. And sometimes and an may precede adjectives that accompany the noun. So if there is an adjective preceding a noun, an or an can be placed before the adjective. When to use and an, it depends on the sound that begins the word. So for example, if the words begin with a consonant sound like pineapple, using is appropriate. A consonant sound and a consonant letter is not necessarily the same. For example, in the word pineapple, the word starts with a consonant letter, P, and it also starts with a consonant sound, P, pineapple. Therefore, using is appropriate. And for the second example, you see a word uniform. The word starts with the letter U. It's a vowel letter, but it is pronounced Y. It starts with the sound Y, uniform. Therefore, we consider that this word starts with a consonant letter. Hence, using is more appropriate, a uniform. A horse. And look at the last example of this, a wonderful world. The world is preceded with an adjective, wonderful, and the adjective starts with letter W, a consonant one, and it begins with a consonant sound, wonderful. Therefore, using is more appropriate. Compared to the example for an apple. The word apple starts with a vowel, a. In this case, use article and. And the second example, hour. The word hour starts with a consonant letter H. However, H is not pronounced, right? And it makes the noun starts with a sound a, hour. Therefore, even though the word starts with a consonant letter H, since it pronounced hour, using an is more appropriate. Another example is an exotic beach. Alright, and the last type of the article is the. The is used for specific nouns. The specific noun means that both the speaker and the listener or the reader know which object they are talking about. It can be used for both plural and singular nouns, no matter whether the noun is countable or uncountable. For example, the President of the United States is an important man. The president the word president refers to only one person in a country, and people know who the president of a country is. And if we say a president, the president, we know which person we refer to. Therefore, it's a common knowledge. Hence, using the is more appropriate. Also, the United States. United States is a country, and it's a common knowledge that it's a country. People know, everybody knows that United States is a country. Therefore, using the is more appropriate because everybody knows. Both you, the speaker, and the listener or the reader know which country you are talking about, which United States you are talking about, because there is only one United States in the world. Now, sometimes it can be difficult to determine which article to use, particularly when the sentence is in isolation. It means that there is no other sentence preceding the sentence that we are talking about. And it makes, there is no clue whether the object or whether the item that you are mentioning in the sentence is known by both the speaker and the listener. So what should we do? If the sentence is in isolation, please use indefinite article, a or an. If you are not sure whether the speaker or the listener or the reader knows which item that you are referring to, and if it is a singular, particularly use a or an. However, if the context is presented, or in other words, there is a clue, which item that we are referring to, please first examine the context, and then you determine the article. Like in the example, this. Ronald went to blah 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 bedroom to sleep. In this sentence, we are not sure which bedroom that the writer refers to, right? It can be the bedroom in Ronald's house, it can be the bedroom in a hotel, it can be the bedroom of his relatives, right? We are not sure. And it's possible that in a building there are several bedrooms, right? So we do not know which bedroom Ronald went to. Now, in this case, there is no clue which bedroom Ronald went, so there is also no clue whether the speaker and listener know which bedroom is being referred in the sentence. Therefore, using an indefinite article is more appropriate. Right? And the second example. I saw blah 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 box of chocolate on my desk when I woke up this morning. A note was placed on blah 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 box. There are two sentences in this an example. I saw blah blah box of chocolate on my desk when I woke up this morning. Okay? The box, the word box here hasn't been introduced yet. This is the first time we hear about the word box. The author mentioned about the word box, right? So we are not sure. Both the speaker, the author, the writer, the listener do not know which box it refers to. In this case, you have to use a indefinite article. Why? Because it hasn't been mentioned previously, and also it comes in singular form, box. So using a is appropriate. But in the next sentence, a note was placed on the box. The box in this place, the box in this sentence has been mentioned in the previous sentence. Therefore, it indicates that we refer, the sentence, the box here, refer to the box from the previous sentence. It means that we know which box that that the author referred to. And also, this is when I mentioned about examining the context. You try to discuss whether the box or the item is being referred before. And then, in the box here, in the word box, there is no suffix. There is no suffix that indicates that the box, there is only one box. But since it has been mentioned before and it's clear which box we are referring to, using the or definite article is more appropriate. And now we talk about the next punctuations or mechanics. Capitalization. Capitalizations is not only for the beginning of the sentence, but capitalization is also used for particular nouns like the following. First, the name of the days of the week, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesday, and etc. And also the months of the year. Please make sure that you capitalize the first letter of the months of the year: January, February, March, April, May, etc. And also you have to make sure that the name of the streets, lanes, roads, avenues, highways, and expressways are capitalized. Example, Elm Street, Fifth Avenue, the Karakoram Highway, and etc. Next one is brand names. Yeah, capitalize the brand names: Dolby Atmos soundbar, McFlurry ice cream, Samsung S20 smartphone. Also, make sure you capitalize the subject pronoun I. Wherever I appear, capitalize it. Also, place names, buildings, hospitals, hotels like Southeast Asia, North Carolina, the Sahara Desert, Hilton Hotel, Uranus, New York University, Lake Ranukumbolo. Make sure that you use capitalization for each word in the names. And job titles or just personal titles like Professor Xavier, Dr. Stephen Strange, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Okay, make sure the titles are capitalized. Also, if you want to write an acronym, use capitalized letters as well. And the next is the punctuation or the signs in writing letters. Punctuation helps the readers know when one idea starts and when it ends. It also shows where to place a pause, to break for a moment to read. The punctuation indicates whether a sentence is a statement, question, exclamation, or command. It lets the readers know how thoughts are organized, so it's very important. The punctuation also helps to know the force or emotion expressed in the sentence. So here are the examples of punctuation. The first is period. The period indicates the end of the idea. Look at the small dot sign at the end of this sentence. You have to put a period or full stop at the end of every statement and command. The statement goes like this: Tony Stark is a genius. After one idea is completed, expressed in a sentence, place a period, the small dots. And also command: have a seat. Place a period on it. The next one is question mark. The question mark indicates that the sentence is a question. For example, is Jenny a student? This is the question mark. Put it at the end of the sentence. Can Mark sing well? Where did you buy the shoes? The next one is exclamation mark. The exclamation mark, of course, indicates that the sentence is an exclamation. Therefore, it shows how to pronounce it, the intonation in reading it. For example, look out, watch out, ouch. Okay, and the next one is comma. Comma indicate a pause in a sentence or separation of things in a list. It's still in one complete thought, but some things are separated. For example, personally, comma, it indicates the pause. Personally, I think the practices is helpful. And this one is an example of separation of things in a list. The barn, the tool shed, and the back porch were destroyed by the wind. The list goes with the barn, the tool shed, and the back porch. And if you put the list in a sentence, separate each item in the list, use a comma. There are many other ways in using commas. So please see your module page 56 to 61 to find more ways in using the commas. Next, punctuation is semicolons. Semicolons indicate a break in the flow of the sentence. However, it functions differently than a period or a comma. So, semicolons function as a bridge that joins two independent clauses. Be sure to wear clean, well-pressed clothes to the interview. This is the sign of the semicolon. Appearances are important. The sentence consists of two different clauses. Both are independent clauses. And how to combine it? It combined with semicolons. The semicolon shows the connection, the relationship between first clause and the second clause. Be sure to wear clean, well-pressed clothes to the interview because appearances are important. And then semicolons join items in a list. The color combinations we can choose from are black, white, and gray, green, brown, and black, or red, green, and brown. In this sentence, there are 3 lists of color, and semicolon helps to separate one list from another. Okay, so the listener or maybe the reader know exactly that you are talking about 3 different lists, not just a one long list. The next punctuation is colon. Colon indicate a full stop that introduces lists, quotes, example, and explanation. If semicolon break the ideas in a sentence, colons indicate a full stops. But this introduced another idea like lists, quotes, examples, and explanation. For example, the team will tour 3 states and then put a colon. This colon indicates that what comes next is a list: New York, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. The next sentence, Mark Twain said it best. Put a colon here and it indicates that the next is a quote. When in doubt, tell the truth. Our company offers many publishing services, such as, these semicolons indicate examples: writing, editing, and reviewing. Colons are also used after the greetings in business letters and memos. You can put a colon to end a greeting. Dear hiring manager. And also maybe you want to put a colon in memos to human resource from Diana Dean. The next punctuation is apostrophes. The apostrophes indicate a possession or where a letter has been left out to form a contraction. For example, if it indicates a possession, you place the apostrophes before the S. Now, this one indicates a possession, Amy's phone, and it also indicates a contraction. I've read the news. It means that several letters are left out. The H and A in half, the word half have been left out. It's indicate the contraction. And then parentheses. The parentheses indicate additional information. So if you want to put another information to make your sentence clearer, you can put the additional information within a parenthesis. However, they must never contain the subject or verb of a sentence. For example, the Twilight Saga has to be the worst movies I have ever seen so far. It comes in a phrase. So far. It means that I want to state that it goes from way in the past up until this moment. That's the additional information about I have ever seen. Alright. And the next punctuation is dash. Dashes indicate an additional information similar with parentheses and also for emphasis. And if you want to create a dash, you can type 2 hyphens together in Microsoft Word. Okay, in Microsoft Word, just type 2 hyphens together and press the space button, and then the dashes will form. For example, arrive to the interview early, but not too early. Now, the phrase "but not too early" express how early you need to come, and also it indicates an emphasis. Okay, you can come early, but please not to be too early. It is an emphasis that you need to obey. Okay, and the last one is hyphen. Hyphen is a horizontal line, but it's shorter than dashes, and it can be used in different ways. The first one, it can be used to combine words that work together to form a single description, like for example, the 55-year-old athlete. Now, the words 55 and year can be combined to form one descriptive idea. They shows how old is the athlete. And the second way to use dash, to break a word at the end of a line. So when you want to write a sentence, but you are running out of line and you are in the middle of a word, you can separate the word using a hyphen. It indicates that the word hasn't ended yet. My supervisor was concerned that the team meeting would conflict with the client meeting. Alright, so it doesn't necessarily be pronounced, it does not necessarily be pronounced meeting, but you can pronounce it like a regular word meeting. But the hyphen indicates that, yep, the word hasn't ended yet. So if you ever encountered this kind of situation, make sure that you place a hyphen to indicate that your word hasn't finished yet. Alright, those are the lessons. Yeah, those are the materials for this week. I hope that it will help you understand how to write or how to develop writings better using mechanics. And thank you for your attention. I'll see you again another day. Bye.